What up, tube? Testing. Okay. Today we fucking got the goddamn the catastrophic failure of the Dubai. What the fuck am I saying? The catastrophic failure of Dubai's man-made islands. I've seen this shit. I've heard about this shit before. I've like some random ass little video. So Sony V2 dropped this shit. Hopefully it's a little bit more like updated or whatever the fuck. But it's some project where they spent like $14 billion trying to make man-made islands. And I guess it just didn't work.
Islands were supposed to look like this: luxury, exuberance, and grandiosity. Instead, after 20 years of work and $13 billion, they make up an unimpressive scatter of sand with a few barely recognizable continents. Where did it all go wrong? When the idea came about in 2001, Dubai had limited coast left for waterfront property, setting into motion the plan of, well, creating more coastline through the introduction of 4 new coastal megaprojects. There was the World Archipelago and what was supposed to have been the universe surrounding it, the Palm Dira, the Palm Jebel Ali, and finally the Palm Jumeirah, which has since become the only successful development for a few notable reasons. Firstly, the Palm Jumeirah was built prior to the other projects,
This is it? Shit's not even like a little resort or some shit. This is like a proper fucking, like, you know what I mean? Holy shit. Fucking like what even is all this shit? A mall? Like
other projects having been completed in 2006 before the global financial crisis. On top of this, Jumeirah was the smallest and most easily accessible of the 4 projects, being built off the already established Al Sufu, a popular area known for being the most expensive district in all of Dubai. The Palm itself has been planned incredibly well, with a perfect mix of residential and commercial property, making it a self-sustaining area with businesses for the residents. However, that's not to say that the project has been without problems. Shortly after its completion, the New York Times reported that the Palm Jumeirah, as well as the 3 other mega projects, were all sinking back into the ocean at a rate of 5 millimeters per year, with one article stating, "We're guessing that sand piled up from the ocean floor isn't all that good as sustainable."
Is it really like smart though? Like, is it smart to build a bunch of giant structures on sand? Like, is that safe?
Sustaining the weight of tons of man-made structures, cars, and so forth.
Wait. That's literally what I just said.
The island's developer, Nikhil Properties, responded to these claims by stating, "The Palm is intact. If there was subsidence, you would see cracks in the buildings, windows popping out. We have no evidence of that happening," even going so far as to sue the builder, Penguin Marine, who simply stated that erosion could eat away at the islands. Then there's the issue of the water itself. The 3 man-made palms were designed with a crescent on the outside, protecting the residential houses on the inside from the open ocean. Although this has since resulted in issues with water flow, essentially turning the ocean into a lake by stagnating the water within the crescent. On top of this, a study was published in 2022 discussing the
shouldn't you make it so water can still get in? They literally did. I don't know.
The Palm Jumeirah Island's construction effects on the surrounding water quality and surface temperatures, which found that the island's construction permanently changed the quality and temperature of the water, causing yet another concern from the public to do with the environment. I have so many questions though, ecological and economic concerns. Did the construction of the islands drive away marine life? Where did the brought-in sand come from? And what methods did they use to make sure that the original place of the sand didn't suffer any ecological disaster? When construction began on the islands back in the early 2000s, environmental sustainability wasn't the massive concern that it is these days. The islands were built by transporting 94 million cubic meters of sand from the seafloor, displacing marine life in the process. A Duke University study from 2006, which analyzed the island's impacts on marine wildlife, found that the Palm Jumeirah has buried and asphyxiated wildlife, increased turbidity, and changed the alongshore sediment transport, while also completely changing the wave patterns on the mainland. The 2006 WWF Living Planet report then found that at the time, the average person in the Emirates puts more demand on the global ecosystem than any other, giving the country the world's largest per capita ecological footprint, owed in part to projects such as the 4 man-made islands. And if these issues apply to even the most successful island, then the other 3 unsuccessful islands must have even.
Yeah, what is this? I think this is the failed one. First of all, what the fuck did they just decided to throw some shit on this one? But I'm pretty sure this is like the failed one, right? Like they just have tons of different little fucking separate shits.
Even more problems. Take for example the Palm Jebel Ali to the south, which suffers from one of the most unfixable property related issues, a terrible location. I had the chance to view the islands from the shore as they were being built. Even before viewing them in person, I could never understand why anybody would want to live in that location. The Palm Jebel Ali is located so far.
Let's see. Honestly, I get it. You know what I mean? I don't know. Is this just for like residents or some shit? You know what I mean? I mean, it is Dubai, rich ass bitches, but I mean, I can see people wanting to live on the fucking water. You got a little crib going out on this right wing over here. Somebody has a little crib over here on this left wing over here.
South of the city,
like out on the beach, like you got, you know.
Closest notable development is the Dubai Port and Industrial District, while the Palm itself extends from nothing besides the already existing desert, which isn't exactly the greatest spot. The original plan for this Palm included a new residential district at the entrance, however, as you can see, they never really got there. Some sand and road work has been completed on the Palm, although if you look a little closer, there are signs showing that the project had to halt suddenly.
Damn! I don't know why, like, it just looks so fucking massive here, bro. Look at all this shit. Look how far that shit goes out. And look at that little ass boat. When in reality, that's probably like a big boat.
Suddenly. For example, these broken sectors at the end of the Palm indicate that they weren't quite finished laying sand. And see this little island over here to the southwest? Well, that was supposed to be another artificial island called the Dubai Waterfront, designed to combat erosion on the Palm. However, as you can see, the waterfront project has also since been abandoned. Official data was published showing that Nikhil sold only 29 houses on the Palm Jebel Ali before it ceased construction in 2009, with this date hinting at the first major problem.
Dubai has been hit by the global financial crisis, especially in real estate. Mega projects like the artificial island off the coast are in danger
I'm not
of
really
collapse.
old enough to
Many
remember that shit,
construction
but
sites have
I
shut
always
down.
hear
The
people
global
talk about
financial
it, so.
crisis evaporated demand for Dubai housing, with prices falling by over 60% in 2008 and 2009. The empty Palm Jebel Ali was abandoned, as Dubai's lower property prices meant Nikhil could no longer earn enough to cover its construction costs, which was then tied in with an even more serious problem. The developer of the man-made islands was funded by the Dubai government, which relied on oil for its income, which over a 6-month period in 2008 dropped from $140 a barrel to $40 a barrel. This meant that on top of being unable to fetch the property prices they needed, the developers no longer had the money to build the homes in the first place, and it's not like a better location offered a fix to this problem. The Palm Dira to the north was set to be Dubai's largest of the 3 palms, possibly for its central location close to the city and airport. However, this project made it no further.
Bro, this shit, like, you can't get fucking closer to anything. What is, I don't know, I don't remember what this shit is. Hold on.
An airport. Dubai's largest of the 3 palms, possibly for its central location close to the city and airport.
So this is like the city? So you basically live like right next to the fucking city and right next to the fucking airport. You literally just, you know, get off your little island, drive over here, you're at the airport.
However,
Like
this project made it no further than an entrance and a small section at the tip of the crescent. For this reason, in 2013, the project was rebranded as the Dira Islands, with the goal of utilizing the half-built area to feature 80 hotels, multiple residential towers, as well as a golf course. The project should be completed in accordance with Dubai's 2040 master plan, which might still be sooner than the most catastrophic of the 4 man-made islands, the World. The 2003 promotional video for the World described it as an island paradise where unprecedented opportunity can be found.
The
before going on to
World.
state that residents and visitors will enjoy an exceptional
The fuck is
array of
Dubai
retail
on,
venues.
bro? Just make
The
an
video
island.
showed lavish green islands with prestigious villas, boats, and cafes, calling it the ultimate in exclusivity. And while this might be true to some extent, it's likely because nobody else has any desire to be there. The islands themselves look like an absolute travesty. North America and Canada are shaped like a diamond and cut off by what appears to be the North Pole, while Greenland is the same size as the North American continent, when in reality Greenland is approximately 20 times smaller. Australia looks more like the head of a dog, while New Zealand is shaped like an archway and is missing the bottom half of the country, yet the shaping of the islands is a pretty small problem in comparison to their complete lack of development. Over 90% of the islands are completely empty, despite being 60% sold 15 years ago, with most being used for Google Maps advertising of computer stores, cafes, and of course the swag like Ohio Beach. However, that's not to say that there hasn't been any construction on the islands. A $7 million house was built by the developers in the northwest corner of Greenland, which was then bizarrely gifted to the German Formula 1 driver Michael Schumacher, who's never even commented on the project or given any indication that he's even visited the house. On top of this, the island of Lebanon,
bro. Like, look at the fucking city all the way over there in the distance, and you live here. So you want to fucking get back to mainland, you gotta hop on your fucking boat, go for this long ass boat ride all the way over there, and then just to get back,
has been developed into a beach club, which can be used to escape the noise of the city. When it was visited by Yes Theory in their Exploring Dubai's Empty Islands video, he showed that the Lebanon island was fairly empty, yet he also noted that it was right in the middle of COVID, which likely impacted its popularity at the time. The beach club describes itself as the first development to open its doors to the public, yet this might hint at why the rest of the world's islands are yet to be developed. There's nothing else around. Without any close businesses or things to do, people aren't gonna
like literally, like you just go there if you really want to get the fuck away and have nobody near you, like
build houses out there. But at the same time, without any houses, business owners aren't going to go and launch a business out there. Given the isolated location, the only people to use any such business would be those already.
So this is finished? Like this isn't work in progress, this is finished, like ready for hotels and shit to be built on it, but just nobody wants to use it? Are you serious?
On the islands, because it's not going to be efficient for a mainlander to get on a boat and travel all the way out to the world just to buy something at a store. What kind of
let me go to my hotel
in the middle of the ocean with nothing else around? What's even crazier is that between
I gotta pay $100 just to get on the boat.
2028, Nikhil Properties plans to develop another set of islands around the world called the Universe, which seems totally crazy given the lack of success on the existing islands, for which a Reddit user had a different theory about their failure. My understanding is that when the master developer sold the islands, you didn't just buy a plot of sand in the sea, you bought much more. The land was sold with infrastructure, and that included electricity, potable water, waste management for trash, waste management for sewage, transportation links, water taxis. When the master developer handed over the islands, they said, nope, you're on your own, none of the above. The reason why so few have built on their islands is because now they have them, they have to build their own power plants, desalination plants, water sewage treatment facilities, find someone to take all their trash, and provide all the transport to bring all their guests to and fro. For most developers, they don't have the experience, ability, or funding to do all the above. The only thing they could do is walk away or try to find a new buyer for their island, but knowing the current facts, who would buy them? Despite these limitations, a luxury hotel complex called the Heart of Europe has recently been completed on the European islands in the world, which has some absolutely insane features, such as a snow room, a massive sauna, and an underwater bedroom.
But why? Why do you have a snow room? Why do you need to sit in the fucking snow?
Which in a weird way shows that the project has been somewhat successful. The point of the islands was to increase Dubai's coastline and tourism by doing something unprecedented, and while only one of the 4 mega projects has been successful, they've certainly generated some very interesting discussion.
I'm just looking at these roads. Okay, never mind.
It's a very interesting discussion.
I thought I knew some shit, and I didn't. Okay, interesting. Let me see what the comments saying. Damn, wasn't expecting this topic. Love to see you step out of your comfort zone. What do they normally fucking do, bruh? People? Stuff about people? I guess. Go back.
Dubai's man-made.
I always figured that the islands were a bad idea, but now it's quite clear that they were. Honestly, the islands didn't even seem like that bad of an idea, but I guess they didn't have any of this shit and nobody wanted to buy because they would have to do it themselves, I guess. Like, they gotta take care of their own trash somehow. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe they should have figured this shit out more, like they did the first time, apparently. Like, I'm just looking at these little ripples in the water down here. Like, you can barely see it. Hold on. Look at these little ripples in the water down here. Like, Look how massive this shit is. Look how massive this shit is. Damn. 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 Well, that's all for me. I'm probably gonna go record some more shit. So make sure you stay on the lookout. Go to my other channel and shit. Make sure you like the video and shit. Catch me playing The Walking Dead or some shit on the main channel. Yeah.